This week's painting is to create a landscape inspired by the painting style of Paul Gauguin. He was a French master who lived between the years 1848 and 1903. Gauguin is known in the art world for his paintings, sculptures, ceramics, and wood carvings. His landscape paintings are inspiring, for they express the reality of nature rather than imitation of it. His landscapes are unique and imaginative. Every one of them shows the artist's deep love for nature. They reflect emotion and ideas instead of representing the natural world in a realistic or impressionistic way. Gauguin rejects the conventions of naturalism. He uses simplified forms to express abstract ideas. He combines form and feeling with reality and his own inner subjectivity. He is infatuated with color. He enjoys living freely in nature and reflecting that on canvas. Instead of painting the colors of nature, his paintings show non-realistic, wild and bright colors. Gauguin escapes from reality. He expresses his personal dreams and visions through color, form, and composition. He uses flowing contours and intense colors to express the joy and serenity inspired by the beauty of nature. He creates abstracted forms with emotional or spiritual experiences. The artworks of Gauguin are highly personal with esoteric imagery. He intentionally avoids clear or fixed interpretations. His subjective vision is simplified and non-naturalistic. He prefers using broad strokes of unmodulated and flat colors. He combines outlined shapes with solid patches of vivid color to symbolically express the loving power of nature. Gauguin did not begin painting until he was in his 30s. Encouraged by Pissarro, he started painting impressionistic landscapes in 1882. It was a choice that ended in poverty and a complete separation from his wife and children. After spending 10 years of struggle to establish himself as an artist, Gauguin gave up urban living and went to Tahiti to escape European civilization, which he thought was artificial and spiritually ruined to him. He gave up painting in the style of Impressionism and Naturalism in favor of the subjective representation of an idea or emotion. In Tahiti, Gauguin was able to find new and exotic motifs. The artworks that he created over there represent a lavish and untamed nature. Tropical sun brightens everything in touch. Gauguin made Tahiti his home for most of the last 12 years of his life. He died in 1903 in Tahiti, aged 54. Today, French post-impressionist Paul Gauguin has become an archetype of bohemian and free-spirited painter. Over the course of his troubled career, Gauguin transformed Impressionism to non-representational ideas of myth, symbolism, and abstraction. His ideas were influential in changing painting forever and paving the way for the birth of modern art. To Paul, landscape was soothing, was calm, was pacific. He was into landscapes to paint the calmness that he was feeling. And this is what we see in his work. Every one of his works gives us some calming feeling as he moves more away from Impressionism and brings his own feeling and emotion into the paintings. I'm going to give you a little bit of what is Paul after for your experience, and I tell you a little bit details about it. Reflect your emotions and ideas instead of representing the natural world in a realistic or impressionistic way. Put your emotion into grass, put your emotion into the tree, put your emotion into everything as you're painting. So these are not the ordinary trees. They're communicating with us. This is not an ordinary grass. It communicates with us. Use simplified forms to express abstract ideas. Simplified forms to express the abstractions of your idea. If you do details of your idea, people go into their minds, but keep your idea in abstraction. He has simple forms, but then inside each element, there's a dream in the rocks that is painted. But the dream is abstract, is not realistic. Combine your interesting subject, whatever you like, the subject that you enjoy, whatever it is, a cat, a person, a tree, a blanket, a toothbrush, whatever is your interest, combine that with forms that you see in reality and feeling of your own. Combine these together in the painting. See, the whole painting represents the things that he likes to see. And in addition to that, he puts his own dream into it. And the colors reflect that. They're not realistic. See, instead of directly reflecting the colors of nature, show them, make them non-realistic, make them look wild, and make them personal in the colors. Make them as your personal color. Something outstanding that is you. Colors and composition. This is where your dreams and visions should show up. Your dreams should show up in the form of colors. Your vision show up in the form of colors. Your compositions come from your attachment to what you're painting. But it's your dreams and visions that brings the colors that you want. After you make these patches, use flowing contours. See, their flow, the contours go along with the shape of each one of these patches that he's created. And then he works in details within each one of those patches. They have nothing to do with anything else. Your patches connect them together. But the inside, as you work with them, just play as you like. Look at the trees in the far left, almost in the middle. The colors he's done, the forms he's played, they're all his. There's nothing of nature that is repeated. But he's worked with a big patch of flat color first and outlined it. And then he's worked within each one of those outlines. There is this outline that you see in some of his work, you see them much thicker and heavier, even in black. But notice the outlines of the patches. Don't paint the colors that you see in nature. Paint the colors that connect you with your emotion, your spiritual experiences. Use your own colors, the ones that you feel connected with. You have spiritual experiences with them. See, here we can see better the way he used outlines with solid black outlines of these patches. He does the outlines first and make them singular. Then he sits right in front of the canvas and just the whole painting is only that particular patch. Just plays in that particular patch the way he likes it. Don't make your landscapes manicured and having the streets and cars and all of that. Make them natural. Make them wild. Make them imaginative. Make them untamed. Make them lavish. Try not to paint in the style of realism, naturalism, or impressionism. Make personal representation of your ideas. Make personal images. If you have cats, put your cat in there. If you like a certain dish, put that dish in there. Whatever attracts you, make it personal. And then put your emotion in that personalizing as well. And this is how we can see Paul's work. He paints the patches first, puts them all together, makes his composition, and then sits down and works on each one of these patches. Like he works on the patch that represents this person's shirt. And he does his own playfulness in the patch. Has nothing to do with the rest of the canvas. It does the same with the rocks that are there. It does the same with the lambs or dogs or the landscape. Everything, just do a patch in there. Is there any question?
What kind of paint are we using this week?
I want you to use impasto in this particular case for all your bright colors. Use flat colors for your darker colors. Darker colors use flat. So do the painting first. Do the whole painting with muddy colors, dark colors, everything that looks terrible, but don't give it thickness. Just flat colors, flat blacks, flat browns, flat blues, whatever it is. Make the darker color, make them muddy, mix them together, all of that. And then wait until the whole thing is done. And now you sit down and you do the details with impasto. So your details should be bright colors against the muddy and dark colors of the background to stand out and become three-dimensional. So you begin with flat colors, dark colors, all flat. Draw the lines like I showed you a couple of weeks ago. Draw the lines. Draw the orange colors or whatever you want to do in there. And now you've done your patches, okay? The patches are done in different colors that you like. Set it aside. Wait for a day or wait for sometimes. So it would be completely dry. Then go back on it and take each one of those patches and paint your emotion in that patch. Nothing rational about it. If it's a dress that you're painting, it doesn't have to be having wrinkles or folds or any of these. Make the dress the way you feel like it. Something that you enjoy. And I'll see you next week.